talk a little bit about Magic formats here. And Javier, you specifically wanted to talk about this because to you, limited, legacy, whatever, it's all just Magic.
Yeah, for me, they're actually somehow similar. I just feel like playing Magic whenever I play Magic. Like, it doesn't matter if it's Commander, Cube, or anything. But, well, I mean, you probably disagree, you two.
I think you're crazy.
You play Legacy or Vintage much, so maybe...
I mean, Momir's a little bit different than...
I love me some Momir. We can start battling.
Me too. That's all combat.
Yeah.
That's my
Top 9.
And
it's always
you talked a little bit about standard and limited. You're like, no, keep me away from limited.
Yeah.
So for you, it's a totally different story.
I mean, yeah, I think it is a huge difference.
Or is that just preparation?
Just preparation-wise, like I do enjoy playing limited. Don't get me wrong, but I really like playing formats that are constructed and knowing that these are the specific amount of cards that my opponent could have with a little bit of deviation for, teched out cards for the certain matchups. But there's usually a certain set of things that I have to play around, and that's why I like Standard more than anything, because there's a lot smaller amount of cards that I have to play around than in Legacy or or any of those formats that
Modern.
have a lot bigger.
Modern.
You're missing out on the experience. Part of
what are you
the
talking about? I troned with you.
So Tron is just a minutia of the experience. Have you ever played a Modern tournament and all of a sudden you're just like, what does that card do?
Every single time.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
The most recent one for me is
Read the card from Lordwyn Common, you're like...
yeah, it's like
half the time I'm drawing from my own deck and being like, what is this?
yeah. And I mean, that's just part of it for me of why I've always loved, every single time there's a Legacy Grand Prix and I get this excuse to go play this format that I don't ever really play, and I'm like, what does this card do? What does this deck do?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the first time I see an Allurin, I'm like, no idea what that card is.
Yeah.
Read it, I'm like, sure, what's going to happen next? And then your opponent combos off for
It's always
3
bad.
minutes.
Whenever you don't know what's going on,
Yeah.
this card is doesn't make sense, and you're like, okay, this is going to come up with something, and just losing the spot.
And this is sort of the
I don't
experience in
like.
Modern, too, where it's like my opponent plays a Zerg Weirding, and I'm like, literally no idea what that is.
Yeah,
I pick it up and I read it, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm done.
oh wow, this is bad. And I don't know, for me, there's a lot of that exploration and this finding out something new, something different. Whereas in Standard and Limited, what you find so much about it you like, it's like, okay, here are the things that I'm likely to experience, and I can really plan for those things.
Yeah.
For me, it's a lot of what's in the box.
Yeah.
Everything's an unknown. Everything's just a mystery box. Every single time my opponent draws a card, and it's like, they could be playing Mardu Pyromancer, and here's sort of this ideal, this is the 75 card deck I would play.
Yeah.
My opponent's not me. They could play anything.
Yeah, I kind of like solving the puzzle. Know I have the pieces to solve this puzzle instead of if I'm in Modern or Legacy, one of the pieces is under the couch, one is behind this news desk. I have to find these pieces and figure out where they are and then try to put them together. I prefer to have it in my square here and solve it that
We'll give you a Rubik's Cube.
Okay, perfect, yeah.
Really interesting to hear your different takes on the formats. Thanks, guys.